Top BBC presenters embroiled in scandals are seen as too big to fail by bosses, insiders claim, as the corporation grapples with a summer of crisis. Just weeks after the Huw Edwards affair, Stephen Nolan, the BBC's fifth highest paid presenter, is the latest big name under scrutiny, after claims that he sent colleagues sexually explicit images of a reality TV star who was later convicted of sexual offences. Nolan, who was paid at least £415,000 last year for his shows on BBC One Northern Ireland, BBC Radio 5 Live and BBC Radio Ulster, is alleged to have shared images of Stephen Bear with production staff. Bear is now in prison for revenge porn and voyeurism, having circulated explicit footage of his former girlfriend. Insiders said Nolan, famed for his shoot-from-the-hip presenting style, wielded significant power at the BBC's Northern Ireland studios because of his popularity with audiences. An insider said, Stephen is known to be very demanding to work for, but he is seen as too big to fail by BBC bosses because he gets massive ratings. Admired by BBC executives for his ability to reach working-class audiences, Nolan's interrogation of culture war issues such as trans rights aggravates conflict and divisions in society, one internal critic revealed. Another news figure said, Nolan and Edwards are big beasts who have the ear of top management. Younger staff feel that contributes to a sense that these big earners are a law unto themselves. A former member of Nolan's team made a formal complaint of bullying against him in connection with his radio show, which was not upheld following an investigation, the Irish News reported. All other members of the tight-knit group had found the radio show a very good one to work on. Two former staff members received counselling for work-related stress, with one referred to a psychiatrist, an investigation by the Irish Title found. An internal BBC document said appropriate action has been taken after it was alleged that Nolan, 49, shared pictures of Bear's private parts in two separate messages when he demanded the winner of Celebrity Big Brother in 2016 be booked to appear on his BBC One show, Nolan Live, that year. Insiders said there was no ongoing investigation into Nolan since the Bear issue was historical and had been dealt with at the time. However, it reflects growing concerns that the BBC has had to devote increasing resources to fight allegations in recent months. The affair came to light as the BBC was accused of dragging its feet over its fact-finding investigation into the allegations against Huw Edwards. A former employee said that they wanted to lodge a new complaint about the presenter, who is suspended whilst the BBC examines claims of inappropriate conduct. The fresh complaint came after the original claims. The complainant contacted The Sun after saying they had received no response from the BBC, despite several attempts to pursue the issue. The BBC team has now reached out to the person, for weeks after the initial approach. A number of BBC staff have reported claims of inappropriate conduct by Edwards, who was admitted to hospital suffering mental health issues a month ago, following the allegations. His wife has said Edwards will respond to the claims when he recovers. When that might be, is anyone's guess. A separate BBC investigation, handled by Deloitte, is examining the way in which it handles non-editorial complaints. The talent headaches followed a report this week which showed that the BBC has plummeted in the annual list of cool brands among young people. Netflix topped the Be No Brain study of 60,000 7 to 14-year-olds in the UK. But the BBC slumped 28 places to number 71, despite initiatives to boost its youth audience, including the return of the BBC Three broadcast channel. The BBC is also facing a government review of the licence fee this autumn, with ministers pointing to a 500,000 fall in the number of households paying the charge last year. Older viewers are increasingly abandoning broadcast channels for streaming services, a recent Ofcom report found. Despite being assailed from numerous angles, BBC figures said suggestions that the broadcaster was facing a summer of crisis were unfounded. A BBC source said, "People are entitled to their views on the BBC but will leave the commentary to others." The BBC is the most consumed media organisation in the country and reaches more people than all of the mainstreamers put together. We're not complacent and face challenges like any organisation, but the reality is we are getting on with delivering the best content for the public. But we have to ask, are they really? With the numbers of licence fee payers, quite rightly, in our opinion, dropping like the proverbial stone, and add to that, the serious allegations against some of its highest paid stars, could the end be nigh for the BBC? We hope so. Please like and subscribe for more journeys through the blinker hole. For entertainment purposes only. Keep up to date with our latest investigations and hit the join button. If you like what we do, send us a super thanks. Official blinker hole merchandise is available in store.